Hi, folks. Blessings. I just wanted to say that I find making these videos quite difficult, but when I watch your videos, you seem to do it so effortlessly. So, to start, in my youth, it was my mom who taught me the meaning of living missionally. I've spoken about my mom before and probably will continue to do so in future videos, for she is the person for me who exemplifies living missionally as a Christian. But just briefly to state that both the Lutheran and Catholic tradition practice infant baptism. So Lutherans believe that baptism is one of supernatural workings of God that creates and strengthens the gift of faith in a person's heart. This is beyond the human understanding, and within this teaching, Lutherans believe that infants can believe. I wonder what others think regarding infant versus adult baptism. I kind of think baptism has a diversity of teachings, just like the Lord's Supper. So, in my context, when I was growing up, it was in an urban setting in the state of Connecticut. I witnessed in my context from my mother what it meant to be committed to the mission of God. We worshiped at church and received the support of church members, both in our spiritual needs and also in our material needs, with my mother being a single mother. Yet, I watched our family live missionally by helping those in our community who were even less fortunate than us. My mom would give emotional support to other single mothers, provide meals as we ourselves could afford, and opened our home to those at times who had no place to stay. Our home was kind of a safe haven, as spoken about in the reading, at times for those in need. I have now tried to carry out this missional living into adulthood with my wife and our family. An example is the following. While we worked in the healthcare field, my wife established a clothing closet on the hospital floor to give clothes to those who are homeless and are being cared for in the hospital. But when they are discharged, they have no clothes except the ones they were admitted in. So we attempt to give them clothes to go back when they leave the hospital. We have helped out friends and family who have had financial difficulties and provided friendship and support during times of crisis. Uh, Within our lives, we have been blessed to have relationship with friends who are of different faiths than our own, and my wife and I have attempted to have the way we live our lives as a witness for Christ. For example, when people ask us why we adopted, we simply say it was a thought that Christ placed within us for the needs of the children. It has nothing to do with anything about us being good, for it was not in our strength, but in the strength of the Spirit of Christ. I think maybe the one thing we could change or get better at is the way to present the gospel. We worry about those we have relationship with that they may feel like we're trying to convert them. It's difficult at times to bring up the gospel. We find. So I'm still not certain what the best thing to do in these situations. That would be a question. And so the question along with this is, um, do you agree that living missionally for the average person simply means being a good neighbor? And does it also mean adding in, like proclaiming the gospel message? If so, how and when is the gospel message brought in without the person or family feeling the defensiveness of conversion? Thank you. God bless.